doing this?
There we go. Now, we good.
Oh, I thought it was posted.
No, because I usually just like press record, then press it off again, so that there's no glitching or lagging bug. So when I press record again, it's just alright. Anyway, what is going on, you guys? It is your truly Master Ryo Sakurai, and I'm joined with one of my good friends, Urban Ninja, and
Shut dudes.
Me and him have been, discussing off screen about basically just
hoes.
Yeah. Well, basically that's what it is. Basically,
I wouldn't say that.
And well, basically, because we had watched a video, a plethora of videos concerning.
I've been working, but I've been kind of seeing what
you've been observant to what I've been showing you, and we decided to just. You look fine. We decided to basically just have a video, just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And
this is off the cuff. I didn't prepare for this, so this will all be opinion, not fact. So if you get offended, oh well, can't do nothing about that, son. But some good advice will be spread, so have fun with that. Go ahead, your turn.
So, the topic for this video is basically just dealing with women.
Sorry about that.
Basically just dealing with that's fine. Ain't no thing about that. And
we should reset and do it again.
Well, actually, we can just do. We can actually have a source as to what we are talking about. What I showed you. So we'll do that. Hold on. Anyway, so this is kind of like the example of the video that I had showed him, and this is basically keying some points. Yes, we're recording. Keying in some points that that we were talking about. So I'll just play this.
Can we reset?
Ain't no resetting. We're fine.
Drops a massive red pill on single women everywhere. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Obvious, and today on YouTube.com on the New York Times channel, we have a video here titled, China Doesn't Like That I'm a Single Woman. Here's why. Op docs. So, there is a phenomena in China of leftover women. Because of China's one-child policy, currently, the amount of men in the country vastly outnumber the amount of women. And women are encouraged to get married as soon as possible for their own good, because men in China simply, they want a young wife, they don't want an older wife. And I believe this video highlights a lot of the problems with modern feminism, a lot of the lies that feminism tells girls, and a lot of the consequences that a lot of modern women, even here in the Western world, find themselves facing because they have too high standards and they wait far too long. But before we start this video, consider sharing this video with others if you find it insightful, and if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell button for notifications. Links to my social media and websites where you can support this channel can be found down below in the description. So let's begin.
你所谓的合适的人，你希望是个什么样子？
我可能要求就比较高啊。然后比如说，我觉得他应该有受过良好教育的。然后
Okay, there's red flag number one. She wants someone who is highly educated.
Right.
However, how do we know that she's highly educated? How do we know she uses logic and reasoning and things of that nature? There's a lot of different things that there's so many questions that we could ask about just that statement by itself. Now, granted, I like to have a woman that's intelligent, but just because you're intelligent doesn't mean you use logic and common sense.
That's right. All right. It seems like in this era of the world, like a lot of people are viewing getting a degree means you're intelligent. That does not mean that at all.
People with PhDs don't have jobs. They use the weirdest. Sometimes you can educate yourself too much and basically become, what's the word? I want to say overzealous, but I don't think that's the right word, but I'll stick with it for now. So, but I mean, you get to a point where you think you're too good and you want someone above your education level. But I will say that women do have more women are graduating college and high school and stuff like that, which is like perfect. Like that's a good thing. But it could also be a red flag because of the expectation that comes with it. You know, when it comes to a man anyway. So that's just my opinion.
And it's also the other thing is that they are demanding, you know, more from society, even though women basically have what they want. They have mostly a lot of the scholarships is for women. Like,
I mean, like, there's about it. Well, there's equal amount. I would say equal amount, but
no. I actually
but women are given more opportunities. Like,
it's not just.
I can't even say that.
Well, I mean, it's not just that, but like I had looked at it.
No, I feel like I look dumb like this, so I'm just do.
I will let you do what you wanted to do, but yeah, basically, I had looked it up. There are more scholarships that are put out for women than it is for men. It's like 200 for men and 1,000 something for women.
I never knew that actually.
I didn't know that either until I found out. I looked it up.
We really recording right now? It's crazy. I didn't introduce myself or nothing.
We did introduce ourselves. Remember?
I thought you stopped recording for a second.
I'm gonna told you I'm gonna mash it up. You messed this whole thing up. You're not thinking.
Blooper reel.
Anyway,
let's try it again.
Let's continue.
Let's try it again. Actually.
非常重要的一点是，他要尊重女性。
So the video starts off where she says she has high standards
she's not
and
that bad
she
looking,
wants.
She's like a 6 out of 10. Well, my old pre-calculus teacher from high school said a woman is either a 1 or a 0. You're either hitting it or you're not. But I like to go 1 to 10 because you could be fuckable, but
why did you have to go pretense like that?
Because YouTube is funny on curse words.
Nigga, I don't care. Do you hear how much I cuss on my videos?
I'm trying to help save you and your life.
Ain't no point saving.
Canceled, sir.
I'm fine.
Okay, when I start my YouTube channel, you ain't getting me canceled. Refuse.
You have a YouTube channel, sir.
I don't use it. I'm gonna drop a video soon.
You keep saying that. You keep saying that.
Wants a man who respects women. Now, she also wants a man who's as educated as her. Now, this brings up a very important point that brings up one of the problems with modern-day feminism and one of the problems with the educated career woman. Let me show you an example. Here on The Guardian, the dating gap. Why the odds are stacked against female graduates finding a like-minded man.
So, but like, it makes sense though, because a smart woman is literally looking for a like-minded man. The average man, I'll say 1 out of every 10 guys has something going for themselves. And that's not to denounce myself. I mean, I have a good job. I don't have any children. I'm pretty well educated. I don't have a degree, but I'm working on getting certifications so I can be able to do more in life and make more money. But like, if my woman is smarter than me, I definitely wouldn't mind. But the thing is, does she want me? Probably not. So, right. And the kind of woman I want, they have OnlyFans. I mean, that's a whole other video. So,
look, ever since this whole epidemic happened, almost every woman pandemic,
whatever that
doesn't matter. Almost every woman that I have come across has had an OnlyFans, either that or a Cash App.
Everybody has Cash App though. But
yeah,
like,
but for
yeah, I get what
you know.
So no, I don't mind. Get out how you live, but
premium snatch traps and everything. I just
I'm just saying, if you really want to make the big bucks, Pornhub is hiring every day. Continue with video.
More women than men are graduating in many countries. In other words, women are ahead in education. And many of these women, many of which who are feminists, still complain that women are oppressed. But according to Dateonomics, a new book on hookup culture, there is a downside. There may be not enough educated men to go around. Is it time to widen the search? I want you to think very carefully about this headline, because if you look at it from the perspective of men, what does this headline really say?
Like a lot of
Well,
educated
it's
men
simple.
they're already kind of either don't care or they already have somebody.
Oh no! You already watched it before, but he's gonna get into it. Why?
Men are falling behind in education, yet women are the victims. It reminds me of that old joke, men are falling behind, women most affected. Men are dying in the streets, women most affected. You know what reminds me of that quote by Hillary Clinton? Women have always been the primary victims of war. Women lose their husbands, their fathers, their sons in combat. Well, I couldn't find the clip because it was Gestapo from the internet. I was able to find here on Snopes, a left-wing rag, that it is in fact a true statement. Here you can see, certified true.
从某些报单讲，我说话可能稍微直接一点，意义上她真的是很大的美女啊。不是，首先不是不漂亮，
Yo
是美
said
女。
that.
第二个，
That was the thing that
I
really
missed
that
that.
was really crazy.
I actually missed that in
This
the video. I
hold
missed
on.
that.
So this is supposed to be the matchmaker. She literally just straightforward said, "You're not really that pretty. Also, you're really old. So it's gonna be hard to."
No, she's not old. She's like what 30?
In her 30s.
Oh, 30. I'm trying to 30s.
I think in
Now
her 30s.
she's attractive as hell. Like, she's like a step above her. I mean, I'm ugly, so I can't really judge anybody.
But no,
anyway.
but honestly, when I saw that just confirmed like women are harsh against themselves a lot.
Yeah,
They are very harsh against themselves.
I can tell you why.
Very hypercritical about each other. Very
I'm not
mean
gonna tell
to
you
each
why.
other.
This video, I'm gonna send you a video as to why. So that
Jealousy.
gets a lot deeper than that.
Oh Jesus. Well, never mind.
It's a woman thing.
您真的很大嘞。
We wouldn't
年纪
understand.
真的很大了。
Oh, 对
但是
吧？
我觉得我的年龄很好呀。
I guess so.
The interviewer drops a massive and harsh statement on the Chinese lady.
Right.
We're going to see what happens in the following scene, and we're going to examine exactly what's going on and some of the facts surrounding the reality. Prepare your stomachs, and perhaps introduce some red pills.
China's a result of one-child policy. There are millions of more men than women. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the one-child policy, because of the fact that there are lots of people in China, they have made this rule that if you have more than one kid, you have to do something with that other one.
I want to do something with her legs. Sorry, I'm sorry. I seen legs and I was
God
like,
damn you. God damn you. Anyway,
cut that part out.
if you're gonna have children or a child, it has to be just one. You can't have multiple children, and because of the fact that it's so much of a tight space, so closed up that they don't have room for, multiple amounts of people.
China
And
has,
they have
China has like
millions of people in China.
China has room. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Have you been over there to China? Have you seen their subway stations?
Oh yeah, they're the same here, but China's like 3 times as worse.
That's what I'm saying.
Japan too, but I think
Overly crowded.
yeah, I think I might have read this somewhere. I think either China or Japan had to talk about overcrowded and stuff like that. So
Well, actually, Japan it's the exact opposite. They want people to lessen the population. Japan wants to populate their people because
Japan is like, but this
no. Here's the reason why. They basically stated that not enough women are having babies. They're not settling down. They're not getting married because the guys are too focused on their careers.
Not a lot of men here want to settle down. Well, not a lot of men want to settle down, but they have babies. Not a lot of women.
I mean, over here, but in Japan,
a lot of women want to settle down. Like,
yeah.
A woman's dream is to have a family. A man's dream is to get some pussy. I mean, that's just point blank period.
Yeah.
That's coming from a man. Like, I've been in enough relationships to know, well, enough real ones to know, like, yeah, women want this. I can't even say it's a fantasy. It's one of those. We need a podcast for this. I'm gonna start one. They want to have the security and the love and compassion of a family, and men want the feeling of a nice, warm, tight home. I mean, it sucks to say that, but
it's the
that's
truth.
What a lot of
It's the truth.
the greatest guy in the world. That's his first. That's a short term goal for
It's
a
not.
good guy.
Look, it's the truth. You can't lie about something like that. You can't lie.
See, but men lie about it.
I know.
Men lie. Men use
problem.
love to lie.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Which is, ladies, it's effed up.
It is fucked up. It is.
But what I'm saying is that's what we do, and
that's just the reality of the situation.
The game changes every now and again, but hey, shit happens that way, man.
Yep.
So here it says, women who are still single at 27 or older are labeled leftover women. We can pretty much say that this is women who hit their 30s.
No. Here's the thing about that. And I've watched a couple of videos that's basically explaining as to why we're not. Mm-hmm. The woman, if she is under that age range, mm-hmm. she's left over, because by that time, society is saying that by that time you should be married by then. You should be married by then. You should have kids. You should be with somebody.
Even in this society,
you should
get married. People get married at a younger age. But not even at a younger age. People will get married at like 18, 25.
Right.
And that's only because some of them were either in the army or they just married young.
Right. However, for the guy, the typical standpoint for a guy to, settle down and whatnot is extended.
Right.
We don't really necessarily have to do anything like this till later on in our 30s.
That's really, I believe, according to science.
That's according to science.
Men
that's according to science.
Really even mature till they're almost 30.
Yeah.
Anyway. Prime fucking example. But that I've only matured because I've grown to understand that maybe I wasn't a perfect fit for that one woman that I decided to give my heart and soul to.
Same here.
Who just got shot in the chest? Anyway.
We live in the hood, y'all. I just want y'all to know.
There's been a lot of controversy over age. You see, feminism, and especially modern feminism, seems to be telling women, oh, you don't have to get married. You don't have to find a man. You can have an education and a career, and then when you're in your 30s, you'll magically find a man and you'll live happily ever after. The lie is that, well, you can have it all. But I want to show you some facts that might change your mind. For example, here on abcnews.go.com, for women who want kids, the sooner the better. 90% of eggs are gone by age 30. Dr. Mary Savard, a female doctor, says that women who want kids, the sooner the better. So this is the sad reality of women. Women who start to hit their 30s will have 90% of their fertile eggs gone by the time they are 30 years old. You see, men and women are different. When men produce sperm, that sperm is rather fresh, so to speak. On the other hand, women, when they are babies, contain all the eggs they will ever possess in their entire lives. Eggs are kind of in a sort of hibernation, and when women have their magical time of the months, an egg is taken from hibernation, woken up, and prepared for launch, essentially. But here's the problem with the female.
And the recording too. Gotta tell you something off camera. I'm the voice of reason. I don't know why I'm doing this.
This man literally stopped me recording.
This is like
and forgot.
This is a walking blooper reel, I'm telling you.
I can't with you. I'm continuing the video.
Male production process. The longer the eggs are frozen, the higher chance they have of failing. And this is why both risk of miscarriage and risk of birth defects increases with age. Let me show you a graph. So here you see this chart, the chance for a child with Down syndrome. Here you can see, after age 30, it begins to skyrocket. It remains fairly flat throughout a woman's lifetime and then begins to skyrocket in the mid-30s. In the mid-30s, it begins to blast off. Now, this is simply one defect, Down syndrome, but there are more. So here you can see this chart that says risk of fetal loss from spontaneous abortion, ectopic pregnancy, and stillbirth according to marital age at conception. Now here you can see it is a little bit moderate at age 15, but it goes down until age 20 where it flatlines. A woman remains in her fertile peak until her 30s, and then once she hits 30, it begins to climb until the risk of loss becomes astronomical. This is the reality of what we call the biological clock. Now, another lie of feminism is that, no, women don't have to have kids. They can wait. They can wait until they're 30. They can wait until they're old. They can wait until they build a career. And many people have believed those lies told by feminists. Do you think it works out? Unfortunately...
So, feminists say that. But I too say that. For good reason. So, let me just stop fucking around for just 1 second and get serious. I literally tell people this shit, right? Because a lot of people give off this bullshit excuse that they need a man in order to be happy. Now, this is more like a blue pill moment. Granted, you can have a wonderful life with a man. It's picking the right one.
Right.
Some women know and choose to wait. Now, in my personal opinion, you could be fucking from 15 to 35 and have 20 kids, but that's your life. You make it, you fucking make it. I don't mind. But although she's asking for child support, that's just the funniest thing in the world. But anyway, but then you pretty much have the women that just want to have a companion, which too is not bad. But when you literally just walk outside and go, and you think you can change that person when you not barely, but like, you don't know about them, which is like, I fucking hate my neighbors, dog.
What the fuck was that?
Fucking
Sorry, somebody just screamed out of nowhere. Anyway,
neighbors.
what were you? But continue what you were saying.
Basically, long story short, I don't want to talk your head off. I tell women to get themselves together because a lot of women like to throw themselves at a man when they think they're good. I've had a couple friends tell me, oh, they were just so amazing, and all of a sudden things change. Well, that's because one, the main goal of a man is to get you to chase him. Every man's initial meeting for the first 3 to 6 months is him basically casting the line out, wait for you to bite it, going back and forth, until you bite the bait, and then he reels you in, he throws you over his back, and you flail and you scream, and you know, like, that's what happens. That's what a man does. Is it right? In some cases, yeah. In some cases, no. Because if you want your man to always spice things up, fuck, hell yeah, like, do that. But when you bring the wrong man in your life and you pretty much take care of them, then you've pretty much become a second mother, just because you want her to be happy, which is dumb. Because I personally believe you can make yourself happy by getting an education, by getting a hobby, by doing something else. Getting naked is not a hobby, sorry, but
tell that to the e-girls.
I'm not knocking the hustle. Do what the hell you want to do.
Tell that to e-girls.
Just don't sell that shit to me, because I can walk outside and ask a woman on a date and do all that cool shit. But what I'm really trying to say is, there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself, because it's not.
There isn't. It's required for you to do that.
However, don't think just because you need it. No, don't think just because you want it means that you need it.
Yeah. Right.
So
exactly.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out. Here you can see, on Glamour magazine, Gestapo.co.uk.
That's funny.
I spent 15,000, what is that, pounds, euro, sterling, some sort of euro currency.
She's
I
literally
apologize,
spent
I don't know the
15K
symbol, but
to
it says
freeze her
I
eggs,
spent
and it didn't
15,000
work.
freezing my eggs at 36.
That's
and
sad.
completely
That's pretty
failed.
heartbreaking. I would be
Here's how I
upset
coped with the
if
heartbreak. Devastated doesn't begin to cover it. So here's a career woman, probably single, who thought that, well, I'm getting older, I'll just pay money, using money I earned from my career, to freeze my eggs, and then when I'm older, I can have a child. Now this has happened more than once, and it'll surely happen again. The frozen eggs fail. As I explained earlier, the longer you freeze an egg, the worse it gets. And freezing an egg when it's already hibernating, pretty much, it's like double the risk. So, yeah. Feminism is lying to young girls. But let's get back to the video, because we have a lot more to talk about.
Oh, this is funny.
No. What this shit? Yo, I'm gonna let y'all know this. When I showed him this video, I wanted him to see this scene because this was the funniest shit I ever seen. Okay, so here's what's happening.
No. We'll just show you.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Just watch.
啊，真的？那我们可以到时候那个过那个放假的时候可以一起回家。
对啊。
Already, she's asserting her dominance. Sexy, but wrong. Proceed.
对啊，从大学开始就没想着要回去。因为毕竟那个地儿太小了，说实话，发展不起来。
因为我知道山东还是比较传统啊，因为大男子主义是非常严。
So, red flag right here. She is in a date, and it shows the government sponsoring blind dates and events and things, and they've shown like 5 different dates that she's been on, and they all failed. And then they bring up the fact that they have something in common. They both come from the same place, and she brings up male chauvinism. I'm starting to see a pattern here that's very analogous to modern feminism in the West. Women who become educated, women who become successful in life, all of a sudden they start to think that they're too good for everybody, and their standards are sky high.
Yep.
Now, I wish I was joking. I wish it was just an exaggeration.
No, you're
but
not
this does, in
exaggerating,
fact,
sir.
seem to be the case. Remember when I said there's an old joke? Men are falling behind, women most affected? I've got another example. Here we see on the NewYorkPost.com. Women are struggling to find men who make as much money as they do.
Oh. To my future wife, I don't care if you make 100,000. I don't care if you make 10,000. You are my partner. We're gonna work together. We're gonna get through this shit. You make more money than me? Perfect. I might pay for the first 6 dates, but I'm not gonna complain.
Because that's the main goal. To have a partner is to work together, not compare materialistic shit. What someone has and what someone doesn't have.
A lot of modern day shit caters to women. Oh,
I know.
A man is supposed to
do all this, do this.
And a man is supposed to give you and give. No, bitch, what you putting on the table? Because I'm bringing the table, and whatever I got, I'm bringing the table, and whatever I'm bringing to the table.
You want to know what's so crazy? A month ago.
Bitches.
No, a month ago.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's that. A month ago, I was on Twitter.
Excuse me.
I know. You're not supposed to be on Twitter.
Twitter is a no-go zone.
It is a no-go zone. But I do it because I have a channel. But anyway. Anyway. There was a tweet. And I guess it was some girl. I guess they were trying to make a joke out of it, but it wasn't funny. For some reason, they think this shit is funny. It was her in the video, because apparently this video was like going like viral and whatnot. The people were making videos of them offering stuff, what they could offer and whatnot. And the caption of the video was a man saying, "What are you offering to the table?" And what she put out in her hand was pussy. And just kept doing that. And the top status that she put under that video was that this is what I'm offering. If you don't like it, oh well.
But that's the thing. Pussy is the motivator of a man to get you. You could look like fucking Beyonce. The main one of the main goals of a man is to fuck. At least once. Even if you don't, the idea that you can makes you want to go extremely ham and do some off the wall shit. Those men we call simps. But if all you're bringing to the table is pussy, don't be mad or hurt or upset or whatever the fuck when the man is like, all right, take the table, I'm out of here, see ya. You know. But I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Men are poor as shit. Women most affected. Ah, yes. Because men falling behind in education, in the economy, don't you know? The real victim are women. So in other words, women are doing better than ever, but men are failing. And somehow, that means women are victims because they can't find men who make as much money as they do. Now, I wish it was just this, but many of us well know that men and women are different.
Here's the problem with it. Here's the problem with it. In the woman's mind, the guy that she's supposed to meet...
because high standards, right?
No, not just that. And this is the fault of media. This is the fault of movies and TV shows and all this shit. The guy that's ideal in her mind, that's the guy of her dream, is the man who is stronger than her, who is more successful than her, who is doing all that. Even for feminism, for feminists, and they won't admit this, but they deeply want this. They want a man who is superior to them in every way.
And submissive at the same time.
Exactly. That shit is impossible. That's not realistic. That is unreal. There is no such thing as that.
Hopefully you ain't watching X, but I told you it's not real.
There is no such thing. And if it is, he's not straight.
The person you're looking for that has all of those qualities looks exactly like me right now. But you're turning them down or friends on him. Not me though. But yeah, basically.
Also, they hate the fact that that we use the word friend zone because they think that we're butthurt at the fact that they
how many times I'm in friend zone, sir?
Right.
And I'll kick the door down like, all right, my turn. And, tie them up and stuff.
Moving on.
A man doesn't care if his
I know,
wife or girlfriend is poorer than him, not successful as him, or younger than him. In fact, I think most men prefer young, healthy wives. But women are not the same. When a woman becomes educated, she will no longer accept anything beneath the same education as her. When a woman makes a lot of money...
That's a lie. Well, maybe it's not a lie. Based on what my two eyes have seen, some good women find some shitty men and try to change them. And when they don't change...
They get hurt.
They turn 30 and jump in my DMs. Like, what you doing? Not taking care of your 4 kids. And then they block me. That's why I'm single now.
She will not accept anyone who makes less than her. This is a well-known fact. I'll show you an example if you don't believe me. Here on the Daily Mail, high-flying career women are refusing to marry down, despite struggling to find Mr. Right with similar earning power and intelligence.
I'm
starting to notice a pattern of entitlement. Ah, yes. Men don't do this. Men are perfectly willing to date any woman who's young and loves him and is a good partner. Women, on the other hand, are different, and I think it's because of evolution and biology. Now, we're not always allowed to talk about differences between men and women, but these are studies conducted in other countries. You can't tell me that I'm wrong, because I'm not the one who did the study. Women refuse to marry down, despite the fact that men marry down all the time. There's something psychological within a lot of these career women that, I can't marry someone who makes less money than me. I'm a queen. I deserve a king who makes even more money than I do. And I find it to be a very toxic, negative, and selfish mindset. You shouldn't marry just because someone makes a lot of money. You should marry because you actually like the person, and maybe they're going to be a good partner. You can actually build a life together. And then there's also the fact that men who do make more money than them, they're not interested in older, educated career women. They don't care about education, and they don't care about career. They care about a good partner, number one, and number two, young and healthy, because a healthy wife can bear offspring. And remember, there's a biological clock. It's a sad reality. So why would rich, successful men want to date career women? Usually they don't. They're gonna find the young barista, the young bartender, the young woman, educated or not, and they're gonna marry her instead. That's a red pill, okay? For men and for women. Now I got more stuff to show you, but let's get back to the video.
Pause. Because I'm fucking brilliant. I'll tell you when you're done.
But yeah, that's basically because of the fact
We'll cut
that for fuck that. For guys, you were right. We don't care because that's not what we're looking for. That's
I personally don't care.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about if honestly, especially in Baltimore, if you are mentally sane, like there are lots of women who have mental issues and they just don't
mental issues.
Yes, but it shows more in women. Like it's like they don't know how to handle something.
That's
some type
because
of stuff.
it sucks to say this about women, but women are genetically more emotional.
They are.
So they carry shit harder than men. I mean, I've had some devastating things happen to me, but I still walk around like happened 20 years ago. Who gives a shit? Women hold on to that kind of stuff because it's traumatic, and I get it. It's feelings. You know, I have feelings too. I just don't need to express them all the time when I feel a certain way, except when I play Call of Duty. But that's another story.
因为我知道，然
Now
后
watch
因为我家庭也是
this.
这样。
This y'all was
那你
the
觉得
funniest shit ever.
就是假如说你成家了，会不会延续这样的一种模式？
我觉得，
你
要说就像你说的，每个山东男生都有这种大男子主义，只是一个轻微一个多少程度的一个东西。就是我觉得我在未来的婚姻里面可能。
Look at her face. I want you look at her face. The moment he said he wants to be dominant in the relationship, her face immediately frowns. And they're supposed to be on a date, but the first question she points out to him is marriage. Y'all supposed to be on a date. Why are you concerned about getting married immediately?
Well, in her defense, it could be laying everything out on.
Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna fucking say this shit right now. I told you about the girl. I don't give a fuck if I say his name. Her name starts with a D. I messaged her because I found her because my boy, one of my friends, told me about her. Not you, but I had initiated the conversation and whatnot. We talked for a couple of months and whatnot. But you want to know the first thing that she was wanted to ask me while I was on the phone with her? Did I want to get married and have kids?
It's not a bad question.
But we weren't even dating. We were talking. You trying to get to know me. Why are you so concerned about marriage and kids?
This is an outside in perspective. This is the voice of reason right here. Women like to know the intentions of a man up front, so therefore time isn't wasted. Now, coming from a man like myself, it's very easy for me to go, yeah, I want to get married and have kids and make her believe that shit. And that's why women get played a lot, when they believe the BS lies that come from men all the time. I'm putting it out there, and nobody's going to do anything about it because this is the truth. Red or blue pill, it's just my opinion. I don't know if it's the truth or not, but this is just based on what I know and what I see. Women like to know things up front, and if they don't know, they'll stick around and try to figure it out. And when they don't figure it out, they all of a sudden they're bankrupt because they've done so much to please the man that they've looked away from themselves for just a brief moment. All of their dreams and aspirations are out the window. They have 2 kids. They're a manager at fucking Wendy's when they could be doing what they wanted to do in high school, but they met their sweetheart and they hit it off and everything was so great, and all of a sudden shit goes left. Men do crummy shit like that. I know people who are still together today and never were together in high school. I know some people who have. I know a few people that I potentially could have dated, maybe like one or two, but like they have kids now, and I'm like, I never would have thought you'd have a kid. Like you were the kind of person that you were like, you know, of course in high school you're like, love is weird and overrated, but that one person gets to you, and all of a sudden, like I'll text you and be like, how's life? And you're like, yeah, I'm just taking care of my son. When did you have a kid? Oh, my kid's 4 or 5 years old. What? It's a fucking mind blow. But women, like I said, women have emotions and they know what they want. They ask because they want to know where your mindset is. And that's what I do to women. I want to know where their mindset is, because a lot of women that I've dealt with have that mentality of, we can be friends, and if it's benefits, let's talk about it. Or it just becomes a therapy session for some reason.
But no, see, that's the thing. They say that even though they say they want to be friends. Why do you care?
Right. Well,
about?
Because again,
me with marriage and kids.
It goes back to. So let's say that particular girl was talking to 3 people. She asked all 3 people the same question. You gave an honest answer. The other 2 BS'd it. Who do you think she's gonna run to when both of those dudes flake? Jesus Christ, because ain't no hope until you know. She's going to overlook the good in her, and ignore the voice of reason in her head because she knows what she wants. But she's too selfish to go and get it. She wants you to come get it. She wants you to do everything for her, versus her going, I've dealt with one bad guy in my life and I can't, put that on everybody. Maybe I should.
And you want to know what's crazy? That was exactly the whole idea with that specific girl. She had one bad experience with that one guy. No, one bad experience with one guy, and she was so closed off. She could talk to him on the phone and text me for hours upon hours, but she didn't want to see me.
This is gonna be a shocking thing to say. I'm pretty sure you know this, but some women, you know what? I'm gonna say that for another video.
No, say it now. Say it now.
It's another topic about women.
That's fine. That's what this is about.
It's another topic. Like it's a whole.
That's what say it now, mother trucker.
Okay, fine. I'll say it now. When a woman figures out that you are listening to her and not just straight to the point. If you're sitting and listening to her, you've just became her girlfriend. Because women relate by gossiping. Right. Men and women relate sex, marriage, and all kind of weird partnership like that. If a woman can connect with you like how she can connect with her girlfriend, you just became her girlfriend.
Not only that, she thinks of that. If you're constantly listening to her, being the opening ear, she looks at that as weakness for a lot of women. And like one of the my high school friends who was a woman had
we would hope so.
Said this when I posted the same exact shit on my Facebook and whatnot. She was like, it's a very toxic mindset. And she was right. It is very toxic mindset. But because for the guy, it's fucked up. Any small thing you can do to be there for a woman, they might look to that as a sign of weakness. And so you have to literally, and I hated that. I hated finding that out because that meant that I had to act like I didn't give a shit.
Because you don't. That's what you are. You are programmed as a man. Matter of fact, the next 30 seconds will explain what I'm about to say. So go ahead.
Alright.
我还是希望我要占主导地位的。
But yeah, look at that face though.
对，整个家庭里边占主导地位。我并不是说你比如说钻研我手机是什么，我电视什么情况， 可能女生就不要过多的参考了，你只给我提出你的需求。
That's literally what you're supposed to do as a man. Get shit done, no questions asked. Granted, if your woman's like, what you need that for? This is what I would do. Well, honey, I need some shoes. For what? For work. Don't you have enough shoes for work? But I want these particular ones. How much they cost? You got to be able to separate needs and wants. But what he's doing is, he's saying, look, I want to be the dominant. I want to be the one to take care of you so you don't got to do as much.
He's setting ground rules.
Which should be a perfect balance. Granted, the whole woman in the kitchen thing, I feel like now it's a little offensive to say.
Well, I mean, honestly,
to kind of say that is like
the
weird,
surprising thing is,
but that's what women, pretty much your mother, your grandmother, that's what they were pretty much trained to do.
But yeah, it's not just that, but like
serve, not so much serve like slave, but serve as in serve your man next to
other
him.
than like the whole the thing with feminism, there are a lot of women who actually still want that.
Yeah,
they actually still want that, and I was surprised. I was wait a minute,
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to my woman knowing.
I'm not either. It was just surprising to me.
If my woman were to go to Best Buy and she's like, "Oh, baby, this TV is good because boop 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 boop," I'm like, "Oh, you know your shit then. All right, well, let's go with what she said then."
Right.
Is she true? Hell yeah, she's right. She's smart as fuck. You seen that? I was about to say the same exact thing actually. I would love that. How many women can do that though? Not many. But the women that can do that don't want me. Why? I'm not on their food chain. So
我来举例。当然了，能平等也好，但是我不希望这个女生比我强太多。
You look at her
什么东西
face.
你都一下子就这个女生就去做决定了。
And there you have it, folks. There's a problem here, and I think it's quite clear. The man wants to be dominant. Okay, and this is pretty typical for most men. If you're not a beta male, if you don't drink soy, if you don't munch Impossible Whoppers, you know, if you have testosterone, if you're red-blooded, if you enjoy fan service because, you know, you're a man and not like a little baby. If you are a man, you want to be dominant. That's how it is. That's how most men are. They want to be dominant in the relationship. Modern feminism tells women that they should be just like men, that they should be dominant. Well, newsflash, most men do not like dominant women. Unless they're really tall and have big thighs and muscle. That is an exception.
19万是给抽你这个错。
well,
这个错啊，
你到了这个你关键是法律啊，这是结婚年龄的，你都是到30过了，你看到那头人一认，哎呀，我
family
哎，
也搞对象还不搞的呢，问题就是不想结婚，
就上啥
啊，就上啥了，你。
And I'm siding with the family. I'm siding with the family. Did you not hear what her mother said?
all that schooling and you still dumb.
And you still dumb.
What I tell you, man.
So, her entire family keeps telling her, you need to get married. The law says you should get married in your 20s. We've seen her on a lot of dates, and they all failed miserably. And I'm starting to wonder, maybe someone is the problem, and maybe it's not the men. But, you know, beyond that discussion, I just got to point a few things out. I'm going to show you the rest of what I had up for you guys. There's a reason that getting married early for a woman is really, 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 really good advice. So here's a massive red pill, and it compares men and women. Here you can see. Not so progressive. Desirability ranking average across 4 American cities. This is from 2014. The higher you are on the graph, the more desirable you are, and the lower you are on the graph.
Look at this.
Women
No.
go straight down.
Look at this. Look at this. The most desirable. And look who's at the bottom though. That shit was sad. I was like, wait, what?
Black bitches be tripping. I'm joking. I'm joking. Relax.
Listen, I was shocked.
You probably just turned the video. I'm sorry, okay?
I was shocked when I found this out. I was shocked. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I love black women. But they're at the bottom.
Have you not seen Asians though?
We're gonna get into that. Oh, we gotta get. We gonna get into this. We gonna get into this. So another video. But yeah, down here you see the age range. All right,
that is rather fucked up. Black women. Yo, fun fact. Black women are the smartest women on the face of this planet.
That's facts. That's facts.
Like,
No one's arguing
black women
that.
are the smartest.
No,
like listen,
nobody's arguing that shit.
Like,
Nobody's arguing that shit.
But black women. This is not even.
But the sad thing is,
Black women are the smartest women.
They are the smartest women in the world, but they screw themselves over because.
I mean, all women do that.
Because of this very thing.
And Cardi B. No, I'm kidding.
They screw themselves over.
And Cardi B.
Cardi B is a whole different type of person. I ain't gonna get into that.
She's Hispanic, so that's why.
Well, apparently everyone views her as black.
Fuck it up.
Anyway.
I mean, let Hispanics can be black. They like weird shit like rice and corn and shit like that. You know, they got soul food. It's just hot.
But yeah, see, you see how for the women it's going down and the men is going up because like I was telling you before.
In some cases,
and
that graph is a little weird because like it'll be women that I'm like, ugh, and then I see them now and I'm like, damn. But not even like that. Like they could be 20. Like when I was 20, 21 years old, I'm like, ugh. I see them now, and I'm like,
yeah, because look, and like when they reach 30, 35, that's fine. 40 and 45, and a little bit, then they go into that range.
Which is also weird too, because for the men's side, for me personally, that shit is the truth. I was ugly as hell like 20 fucking years ago. Now, nigga, I'm like God, like. No, I'm not like God.
Well, I mean, you're not like God, but like you're getting to the very. But by the time we reach 30, we'll be at the peak.
We'll be at the peak. I'm already at my peak. I can only go but so high. Well, no, I'm not at my peak. I'm lying because actually I was at my peak like 8 months ago. That's a different story. Anyway, all I'm saying is, holla at me.
The less desirable you are, okay? So this is desirability over time. And this is basically something called sexual market value, value in dating, however you want to quantify it, and this comes from The Economist. So, here you can see, women are the blue line, men are the red-orange line. So, here at the bottom has the ages, and as you can see, women, early on in life, start with peak market value. In dating, in sex, in relationships. They are on top of the world. Meanwhile, men are down, 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 down. And it really makes a lot of sense when you think about it. When you were a young man, or perhaps you're a young man now, how hard was it for you to date moderately attractive women? Was it very difficult? Was it easy? More importantly, how easy was it for the women to date? Probably no effort at all. No, I have a post called "Your Looks in Your Inbox."
Honestly,
between the ages of maybe 14 and 18, it was
looking back at it now. When I turned 20 for the first time, not many women was looking at me like that. What?
20 for the first time?
My bad.
I'm sorry. I had to laugh at that.
My bad.
That was funny.
What I'm trying to say is, when I turned 20, I shut the fuck up.
When I was a young warthog for the first time.
When I was a young warthog.
Anyway,
when I turned 20, I didn't really get that many girls to look at me. But then as the years went on, I started to notice, why are girls looking at me like this? Is something on my fucking face? What the fuck is going on? And
I've been telling you that.
No, but here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. I wasn't worried about it.
Joe, you light skinned.
I wasn't. That doesn't.
Nigga get braids.
I wasn't worried about it. But
don't get braids.
Looking back at it now, there have been a lot of women coming up to me just asking me random shit, and I've been noticing it. I'm just like, why? Why all this now?
I've always said people walk up to me randomly like, "Excuse me," and I'm like, "The hell you want?"
But not in that regard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like it's just
I pretty much hit my peak of attractive. Well, no, I started going up in attractiveness when I grew my hair. Like when I started doing that, and then I got this. Oh, fucking ultimate combo for those. Panties was just falling off. I'm just like walking around like it's kind of scruffy today, but well, it's been scruffy because of the pandemic. But we're not talking about that in this video. But yeah, I mean, the more you add to your background and you start to look like fucking Denzel, more chotch you're gonna be getting. Chotch though. I should never use that word again.
Box from OkCupid. This is an archive of the post as the original was taken down because it exposed some very unpleasant facts. Here, for example, you can see. They asked women to rate most men on a scale. As you can see from the gray line, women rate an incredible 80% of guys as worse looking than medium. This is statistically impossible, mind you. According to OkCupid, and this is well known, there's been other studies that pretty much confirm this. Women rate 80% of men as lower than average, beneath them. They don't want those men. They want the top 20% of guys. Very harsh, very shallow, very unrealistic, because it is impossible that 80% of men are below average. It makes no sense.
Because like I just said before in the beginning of this video, they want that guy that they seen on their favorite BET show. They want the guy that they see and they see in the movies that gets the woman. They want that.
Just media in general, not even BET, just media. Like big, strong.
Well, the reason why I say BET is just basically for black people, for like black women. When they look at that type of man, that's the ideal man.
You look at shows that Tyler Perry makes, all the men on that damn show. If they were just regular people walking the streets, people would they would still attack them. Like, oh my God, you were so fucking yeah. And you chasing the same person that's literally gonna fuck you and move on to the next one in 24 hours. At max. But I'm not Denzel. I'm just a nerd.
What's it with you and Denzel?
I don't know. Good question.
Now, if you compare it to the male graph is completely fair. Some women are really attractive, some women are the least attractive, and most women are average. Men are realistic, and surprise, surprise, women are harsh, and honestly, they just want the top 20% of men. This is called the Pareto rule. It's well known. It's true in dating.
Oh, you heard that? I was joking.
We all heard that. Moving on.
It shows up everywhere. 80-20. Now, here we have a picture of what happens when you live in a traditional society. This is what happens when you...
That's actually fucking sad. So, on this side, these are the guys, that's basically saying, oh, well, when woman's fine. This is the woman's side. Mm-hmm. They will go and choose what every woman is choosing rather than the guys that's lined up. I have seen tweets from girls who will sit there and will tweet about this one specific guy.
And 100 more women.
And 100 more women will say the same shit, but they got thousands of comments from guys.
I've seen it on Facebook.
I've seen it.
Well,
they're not even bad guys. They say hi. They would say what's up. There are times when she randomly had a conversation with these guys, but she will never look at them the way she looks at that one guy. And truth be told, the guy that she's looking at is not gonna care about her.
It's the fantasy being sold. Like you need a man with this, and a nigga making $150,000 every 6 weeks. That's what they want. That's what the media tells them to get. But it's never gonna happen. So shit out of luck. You stalk with people that look like me. God damn it.
You live after sexual liberation of women, aka feminism, equal rights, the whole shebang. So in a traditional society where there's more courting, where there's community, where parents will help set up marriages, men at the bottom of the scale are just as likely to find a mate as men at the top of the scale. However, when you lose the traditional family unit, the traditional structure, community, and all that tradition, what you get is the one on the right. You have the vast majority of women chasing a minority of men, around 20%, and all these men get left behind. Not only is this not good for men, it's not good for women. If they're all chasing after the top 20%, odds are they're not going to get them. And doesn't that remind you of the video we've been reviewing? Educated woman who's on top of the world can't find a mate, despite the fact that there's plenty of mates out there. Oh, I'm starting to see patterns, folks.
压力很大，就是说你工作已经稳定了，
So one of the family members says something extremely harsh. You want a man with high value, but men with high value will probably not be interested in you. Now, this is considered mean, this is considered unprogressive, and this is considered unfeminist. No. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, it's also true. Just like in the West, men of high value don't want to marry older career women because they don't care about their careers and they don't care about their education.
I mean, if I'm the same age, or like maybe you're a year or two above me, personally I don't mind it. Cougars are a different story. Them bitches crazy.
They want a high value woman. Now going back to the chart of age, you can clearly see women start off very strong in life with high desirability, but once they hit 30, it just goes down. It just plummets. It plummets. Women start out strong in life. Men start out weak in life, but the tables turn. You see, as men hit their 30s, they begin to climb and climb. And they hit their peaks around their 45 to 50s.
It's not necessarily off because it's showing you the top 2 people, and this is really fucking sad. And I was gonna say this in a different video, but this is really fucking sad because this is the truth. The top kind of people that are up on this graph are Asian women, Hispanic women, and white guys.
That's what people want, though. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Look, listen.
Most times, white men. All right, I'm gonna try to break this down in the most opinionated way that I can. Based on what I see white. That part of the shoot, white men are the most desired. For a myriad of different reasons.
Yep.
Including sugar daddiness. Nigga, I witnessed an old ass white man, not white man, making out with a beautiful, gorgeous, young black woman. Nigga, I almost punched him in his face. I was like, how dare you defile my young black woman? I should punch you in your face. But, you know, it's a sugar daddy thing, so I kind of figured as much. Disgusting, but I figured it out. Long story fucking short. Women want white men. On the flip side, men want Asian women and Hispanic women. Hispanics pretty much stick together. They don't date outside their race unless black. White men usually have the Asians, which is fucking bullshit. And black men just pretty much get stuck with what's left.
There's a reason why white men are pretty can have the Asian women, and this is fucked up. In one of the Discord servers that I was in, this one guy had mentioned that this instance on Twitter, he was trying to court an Asian woman. Now, he didn't do much. All he did was say hi to her, try to engage a conversation. She immediately shut that down and basically just gave him the harsh reality is that Asian women abruptly see black men as not desirable men to chase after because of society's standpoint about black men and white guys.
And that goes back into media. Media puts all that shit.
Media has portrayed black guys to be the filth of this earth.
No, there are some Asian women that desire.
but that's like a 3 to 8%. That is a rarity. That's a rare thing to see.
It's a rare, yeah. Right.
A rare thing to see. They view white guys, and this is the truth, as profitable, as more successful with history, because of the fact that they have inheritance. They have sociable excess. Like people are more drawn to white guys
because media was like white guy, black guy, fucking stupid.
Yeah, so they're always going to be looking at white guys than black guys because black guys are considered to be just the no, like the thing that you should not want in your life.
But when you go black, you ain't going back. Remember that, ladies.
But yeah, that's the reason why. That's the harsh reality
It is.
Right there. That really is the harsh reality.
And Asian men pretty much stick with Asian women. Hispanic men stick with Hispanic women. White women will deviate to black men on certain circumstances, but sometimes they kind of just date.
Yeah, for Asian women, they flip flop, and then this is all something that she said to him that was fucked up too. They flip flop between Asian men and white men because of the lighter complexion.
Right.
And that was fucking prejudice, but
it kind of is. But.
Yeah, that's the reason.
But then you have black women. See, black women have this thing where they'll fuck with not us. They'll fuck with. Well, see, I look like a typical N-word, right? But when I speak, when I told my hobbies, they're just like, "Oh, you're a nerd," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, and that other thing is the problem as to why they
now see,
a lot of black women.
If I was a typical,
there's a reason as to why a lot of black women will go with the white guys because of personal experience. Black guys that look like you, that look like me, treat them bad. They don't.
Treat
them bad.
That's
so they will go
on your behalf. You look more nerdy than what I do. I look like I'll shoot you like immediately.
Yeah, but they're not. The thing about it is, a lot of black women are not attracted to the nerds because of bad experiences. Because of the online and bad media and bad experiences, so they will go to the white guy.
But they get them on their OnlyFans though.
They surely will. They surely will.
This video is sponsored by OnlyFans.
No, it's not. But yeah, they will go to the white guy because they depicted them to really treat them bad and just for them that they can do whatever with them.
Right.
And if they are prejudiced, that's to be expected because they're white.
But white guys, they usually just come in like, "Hey, I'm and then the black girl's like, white man." I feel like some black women choose white men because the black women are dominant in some cases and like to dominate white men because
because
from
the way I've been looking at, white guys don't really care what women do as far even when he's dating a black woman. I've seen it. They just stand there, just let her go off.
No, well, it was kind of fucked up. On Valentine's Day, I was on the bus coming home from work, and I seen like the perfect interracial couple. The white guy was chiseled, motherfucker. He was just like, yeah, and the black girl was like this dark chocolate. I was just like, fuck, don't I have her for? But they seemed pretty cool together. But I was like, but then there's another thing. White guys who date black women, they usually have the baddest looking ones. You be like, why? And then black guys have the fat ones, the fat white women. Not a bad thing, but I don't want a fat white woman. But who's to say they don't like me either? I don't think anybody fucking likes me anymore. I'm probably just gonna be single for life, which is fine. I'll play the game the rest of my life and die in a wheelchair holding a PlayStation 89 controller. But or some kind of weird shit. Fucking continue the video. I'm just rambling.
Typically, and coincidentally, this is also when most men build up a career. They reach peak market value.
Right.
Women, on the other hand, plummet absolutely after 30. This is from The Economist. It's from official sources based on official data. Unfortunately, this is reality.
Yeah, it is.
Women are on a clock,
up,
both societally, biologically,
20 year
and
span.
figuratively, and literally. So, women get a massive advantage early on in life. Men get a massive advantage later on. So, if you're out there, you're a young man, and you can't get a woman, and women act like they're so much better than you, well, don't worry, my friend, because the tables will turn. And to the women out there, if you're a young woman, well, you better find a man, and the sooner the better. Don't say I didn't warn you. And, well, if you believe feminism, go ahead and do whatever you want, but don't be surprised when the data comes back to bite you in the bum. I'm just a messenger.
然后你得去考虑这一方面的问题的了，该照着说。我考虑了，我考虑的结果就是还是单身好。
And I want to make out the point that she might have an easier time finding a date if she would focus on her looks a little bit more. I'm sure men are not turned on by the short hairstyle and lower her massive standards a little bit. I'm not even talking like, date a loser guy, but at the very least, you might want to just find a nice, decent dude.
你们都是不叫事啊，
想啥说是啥。
That's the grandmother talking.
不就典型挂牵泥吗？不就是啊？
Here's the father.
你这是为啥子呢？你说你啥事从你说那个阶段上来说，再说没？有一次你咋杀我谁记得？再说我漆5斤水半夜的，这没事了没你都没干，我不就是为了巴结你们吗？
And this is the truth of feminism. This is the truth of, well, the modern West. Women were liberated, they were given rights, they were given equal treatment. In fact, these days, women are being treated better than ever. Many would say even better than men, both lawfully, in society, in education, and in careers. They were given everything they wanted
Ain't
and
no
more.
kinda. They've literally been given more opportunities. They have the opportunity to do anything they want.
However, they fuck it up. Some, and by some I mean like, if we're talking 100 women, like 15 will fuck it up. Like that's based on what I see. Like I said, black women are really smart, so they've been kicking ass. But like, yeah, if out of 100 women you made that statement, 15 would fuck it up. That's just my guess, 15, and that's not me being nice. This is me actually giving my opinion on what the fuck would happen.
It's a fact. It's honestly a fact. At this day and age, women have literally, you know, they have the floor. They have the chessboard.
They just won't play.
They just won't play
intelligently.
And a lot of women ended up single, alone, and society is falling apart. Could it possibly be that if a person is given too much freedom, they're likely to squander it all away? Am I overthinking this? Time will tell.
45你是个啥概念？你从45到55是个啥概念？我咱大街上面哪一个不担心你啊？闹个病闹个灾，你跟谁说呀？谁照应你啊？是成了家心累，哪一个不成家呀？
Now,
because that's her sister. And she told the truth. She basically said this because she has a family. She has children. Her child is right there. What is going to happen to you once you turn 40 to 45 to 50? You can't call us.
She's going to get very, very desperate and choose whatever walks by that looks good to her. That's what happened.
No, she's literally telling her you're gonna get old. You won't be able. And this is a fact. This is happening to my own to my mom, you know, and to my grandma. You won't be able to pick heavy stuff up. You won't be able to, you know, bend down and do what. Getting old is a way of life. You need somebody to help you, and for some people, it's not going to be always your family.
And on that note, bitches call. Peace out.
I actually side with her family. And the crazy part is, if you go to the comment section, everybody's defending the woman. But they have a point. What happens when you get old and then you can't date at all? What happens when you have no man? What happens when you're all alone and you have no family? This is the lie of feminism. You cannot have it all. First of all. Second of all, family is everything. You end up alone otherwise. And if you want to be alone, that's fine. But clearly this woman does not.
所以啊，我无所谓，我可当然无所谓了。你要说了，我要不结婚，你们一个劲儿担心这个担心那个担心，你还有说有个孩子看长大还幸福，这幸福个屁呀！反正我不让你们幸福，对不对？
Now, the story doesn't exactly have a sad ending, but I do feel that the ending of the story proves, well, I think it's another red pill, okay? So, people in the comment section are defending her. They're saying the family's horrible. Oh, she just wanted good advice. Everyone was saying, oh, she's not old, you know, despite being in her mid-30s, blah, blah, blah.
Side note, the people who care about you the most will tell you the truth. The people who give a fuck about you the most, your friends, your family, your peers, they will tell you the truth about yourself. The people who don't give a fuck about you will lie to your face and say that you're doing just fine, when really you're suffering, you're struggling,
etc., etc. I feel like everyone.
Why'd you do that?
This was brought to you in part by Raid Shadow Legends.
Is missing the point, and that's exactly why these red pills are they're not being told anymore. It's amazing. So the comment section is one big circle jerk. I'm not going to bother with it this time, but I will say this. This is how the story ends. She left China and married some guy in Germany. I don't see how
There
this
was a very
big
specific
circle
comment
jerk.
on
I'm
this
not.
shit.
Despite being in her mid-30s, blah blah blah, et cetera, etc.
Go back.
I feel like
Come
everyone's
on.
missing the point, and
Back,
that's
sir.
exactly why these red pills are. They're not being told anymore. It's
Yelling is
amazing.
not going
So
to
the
help.
comment section
Right
is
there.
one big circle.
My mom is Chinese and got married in her 30s. She was the head of her own company and still makes more than my dad, despite being retired. She never listened to anyone and managed to be successful and happy. People probably criticized her behind her back, but no one would have dared say it to her face. That's the kind of bitch I want. Not really.
Circle jerk. I'm not going to bother with it this time, but I will say this. This is how the story ends. She left China and married some guy in Germany. I don't see how that...
White guy. She had to go out of her country to marry someone, and she went to Germany. White guy.
I fucking knew it.
What did we just discuss?
I knew it. I'm legit. People so
I'm done with this video. Hold on. I'm done with this. I'm done with this video. I'm done with this video. I'm done with this video.
Shit. Cut the fuck.
Yo.
Cut the shit.
Yo. Bro. Like, what did we just discuss?
Fucking Germany, son.
They're white people. White. They're white.
This message was brought to you in part by Your Place Movies.
Stop doing that. I'm not getting paid for none of that.
Well, you about to, nigga. I'm gonna put you on game.
But yeah, she had to go out of her country.
What did we learn, fellas?
The truth hurts.
And white is right. It's been great.
That being said, take this for what you will. We just wanted to post a video just because we were talking about so much, but because it boggled my mind and it made him walk up and just walk out of the video. That being said, this has been Master Ryo Sakurai. Let me know what y'all think down below. I'm getting up out of here. Peace.
Your boy Urban Ninja. We got this motherfucker.